Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, rises Chinese League of Legends. From fighting for second place to becoming the teachers, from chaos to precision. This is the story of the LPL's meteoric rise to the top of League. Before we can talk about the LPL though, we must talk about Season 2 and the great World Elite. World Elite, or WE, was the first Chinese powerhouse and the winners of IPL 5, the greatest League of Legends tournament up to that date. They had a star-studded roster, headlined by arguably the greatest player of that era, Wei Xiao. Wei Xiao was the original AD carry. He outlined the importance of the role and how to play it to perfection. And behind his incredible playmaking, Chinese League of Legends became known for their mechanically elite AD carries and their incredible teamfight-focused playstyle. And even as WE and Wei Xiao began to phase out, those same principles still hold true to this day. But for now, let's talk about Season 3 and Season 4, and the birth of the LPL. Now, many international fans don't know this, as the games were hardly broadcasted, and if they were, they weren't always in English, but brewing in the shadows was a region hell-bent on taking on the world's best with their own brutal, bloodthirsty style. Enter OMG, the most recognizable Chinese powerhouse of that era, known for their aggressive playmaking and quality topside. Going in particular was a crowd favorite and earned respect on the international stage. And if we're looking at players, it was all about the AD carries, most notably Name and Uzi. Much like Korea's Deft and Imp, these two were also the pinnacle of their own playstyle. Name, known for his incredible finesse and teamfighting, while Uzi was known for his aggressive mechanical excellence.
Is this the turnaround that they're looking for? Korn still trying. There's the shot from Uzi. He's going for Koro. Blows him away. Gets the kill. Gets the reset. Uzi, is he going to do it? He's staying alive here. And now they're going to keep...
Both in 2013 and 2014, one of these players took his name to the top of League of Legends. Uzi was born, as he demonstrated how good of an AD carry he could be on the international stage. He helped take the LPL to 2 straight World Finals appearances, cementing himself in China as a soon-to-be serious threat. Season 5 MSI Finals. The greatest team of all time, featuring the greatest player of all time in Faker, stands atop the world. Their opponents, the Chinese super team built around the genius of Deft and Clearlove. And their clash was one for the ages.
At the moment, but if they can keep finding SKT in between these turrets and isolating them, beautiful!
Sweet. Wolf may not be able to make it out of this one alive. Too many members. Again, Koro is here for this one as well. For the damage they're bringing, there's the mirror image from Faker.
Ooh,
he's going to start dancing around. Pulls back and Faker's good to go.
Ultimate counter.
Oh, teleport in for Maokai. This is a double flank.
Clearlove coming in as well. That's the 2 of them coming from SKT's side here. Wolf's going to be the first focus, so he can't crowd control the fight. Koro and the rest of the team now reposition. Marin in the middle, but everybody dodges immediately as he gives the Gnar ult out. A double kill coming in for Clearlove as he comes up huge with the ultimate.
Very dangerous Baron. EDG needs it to win. Here comes SK Telecom.
Bengi not there for the 50-50. Baron going very low at 1,500. It is going to go over to Clearlove.
Down goes Faker.
They take down Faker immediately. EDG could have eyes on the base. Marin's going to be a distraction, but he's going down very fast, even as Mega Gnar. Bang, and Wolf now trying to keep them from being extinct in the mid-season invitational. Here's the last engage. EDG doesn't even see the turrets. Eyes on SKT. SK Telecom T1 are wiped. The Nexus turrets are going down. LPL's Edward Gaming are the 2015 mid-season invitational champions.
clever drafting strategies and expert playmaking, it was LPL that stood atop the world, being the first to defeat Korea's SKT at an international tournament. But just as the fans, casters, and players began to sing the praises of the LPL, the region faltered. Top-seeded LPL team LGD was the first non-Korean Worlds favorite since Season 2, but the wealth of pressure on their shoulders was too much. The team fell apart in groups, and similar results followed at Season 6 and Season 7 MSI and Worlds. Season 7 Worlds was particularly brutal as Uzi and RNG had SKT dead to rights. A 2-1 lead in the series against the number 1 contender with a chance to reach the finals, and this was also SKT at their weakest, and they still weren't able to close the deal. At that point, it became a question of would it ever happen at all? 2018. One of the most important years in League of Legends competitive history. The year the tables flipped. As the spring split came to a close, it seemed Korea was yet again uncontestable. The hype surrounding Kingzone Dragon X was immense, the ultimate well-rounded force with an otherworldly top laner to boot. According to many fans, 2018 MSI was simply a battle for second place. But RNG and Uzi had a different idea. The meta shifted to a bot lane, teamfight focused meta, and the Chinese squad took full advantage. Finally, years of honing AD carry skills and teamfighting precision culminated at the right moment.
Shahu is on his way for him!
Oh, that's straight onto play! Oh, and the Forge God comes out as well as Killer Instinct. Royal never give up on doing it! They get a double kill on Uzi. They're looking for the tower.
All game with eyes on Gorilla, and RNG spent everything to finally hit him first!
Ball middle. There goes Levy Soul. It's caught up by Khan. Khan looks desperate. He's got the ultimate available. Gorilla is not going to be able to save him. And Kingzone's face is in tatters for the first time ever. RNG is chasing success. Royal never give up. Rule the world. Winning MSI 2018.
LPL, years after falling short despite their hype, made it back to the top, defeating Korea's best. Now in 2015, EDG's MSI run brought about incredible hype that the LPL failed to live up to at Worlds. Now, they had another opportunity. Would the LPL finally take the torch from Korea as the best region in the world? Well, it wasn't RNG, the pre-tournament favorites, that did it. Instead, it was the LPL's IG.
Might not be as important as it looks. Shy's gonna take some damage. Rookie looks to go in. Does get the passive pop. Shy's still gonna be soaking. Root comes down. Damage goes through. Jackie's able to find two big kills. Jackie Love just found everybody. And that's gonna be a triple for IG. They're gonna find everyone. It's KT Ace.
Their incredible mechanical skill in all three carry positions allowed them to beat out Korea's best in the quarters before running through the rest of the competition en route to the trophy. Their run sparked the beginning of a new era, an era where Korea was no longer the best, and the title of the best region in the world became permanently up for grabs from that point forward. You see that immediately taking effect in 2019. It was neither Korea or China that would take home the first major international trophy. It was Europe's G2. G2's victory at MSI and strong summer run had them as one of the favorites to win Worlds. After defeating T1 in the semifinals, people felt it was a foregone conclusion. That was despite the fact that their opponents were the number 1 seed from China in FPX. Well, FPX made fans eat those words in the most brutal way possible. They shattered the hopes and dreams of the Western audience as they dismantled G2 3-0.
The Nexus is being focused. It's going down. And Fun plus Phoenix are your world champions.
And for the second year in a row, we had an LPL world champion. At this point, LPL's victory in 2018 was not looked at as a flash in the pan. LPL was legitimately one of, if not the best league in the world. At 2020 Worlds, multiple LPL teams made it to the playoff stage, ultimately losing out in the finals, but they quickly had their revenge in 2021. Once again, the LPL's top dog, EDG, were looked at as underdogs against Korea's Damwon. But it was the LPL that performed in the clutch.
And now the Nexus is exposed. Damwon Kia are limping, and EDG have the man advantage. The Nexus will go down, and against all odds, EDG will be your 2021 World Champions.
They've done it! They've actually done it! The LPL is back on top, Medius!
At that point, the question shifted from are LPL contenders to at what point are people going to give them their respect? In multiple tournaments up to that point, and in later years, the LPL face off against the LCK. And the LPL has a significant best-of-5 winning percentage against the LCK, especially in Game 5s. But despite that fact, the LPL team is always looked at as the underdog. It seemed that Korea's historical dominance was hard to shake off in the minds of many. But the truth was, and the truth is, the LPL was now more often than not the best league in the world. They might not always have the cleanest games or the most pristine macro, but they do have incredible mechanics, unreal team fighting, and decisiveness that no other region can match. And this all is noticeably present in the current best team in the world, China's JDG. JDG just won this year's MSI, showing off some of the highest level of play we have ever seen. And I'm not just saying from an LPL team, I'm saying ever. And unlike other LPL teams that have relied heavily on the meta or certain players, JDG is completely fluid. They have star players in literally every role, making them a Swiss Army knife of a super team. They are the final evolution of the LPL, a team that is no longer the underdog, a team that is no longer brainless and all mechanics, a team that is smart, precise, calculated, deadly, and most importantly, the best the world of professional League of Legends has to offer.